Panda and Tarzan's jungle adventure. Deep in the lush jungle of the Amazon, a playful panda named Bao lived happily in a hidden bamboo grove. Though pandas were not native to this jungle, Bao had mysteriously arrived there as a cub and had grown up in the wild, learning to survive among the towering trees and exotic creatures. One bright morning, Bao wandered far from his grove in search of the juiciest bamboo. He followed a trail of sweet-smelling fruits and found himself deep in unknown territory. The trees were taller, the sounds unfamiliar, and suddenly, he realized he was lost. As Bao sat on a large rock, confused and worried, a sudden rustling in the trees above caught his attention. Before he could react, a figure swung down gracefully from a vine and landed right in front of him. It was Tarzan, the legendary man of the jungle, known for his ability to communicate with animals and protect the wild. Tarzan studied Bao curiously. "You don't belong here, do you?" he asked in a gentle voice. Bao nodded slowly, his big round eyes filled with worry. Seeing the panda's distress, Tarzan plucked a ripe mango from a nearby tree and handed it to him. Bao sniffed it, then took a bite, savoring the sweet taste. "Don't worry, friend," Tarzan said. "I'll help you find your way back." Bao, now feeling hopeful, followed Tarzan through the dense jungle. Along the way, they encountered mischievous monkeys swinging from branches, colorful parrots squawking overhead, and even a slow-moving sloth lazily hanging from a tree. Bao was fascinated by the jungle's wonders, but he knew he had to return home. As they neared a river, they heard a loud roar. Tarzan immediately stopped, his keen senses on high alert. Through the thick underbrush, they saw a fierce tiger lurking near the water's edge, its eyes locked on a baby deer that had strayed too close. Bao's heart pounded. He wanted to help, but what could a panda do against a tiger? Tarzan, however, had a plan. With a swift motion, he grabbed a thick vine, swung high into the trees, and let out a powerful jungle cry. The tiger, startled by the unexpected sound, turned its gaze away from the deer. Seizing the moment, Tarzan swung down, landing between the tiger and the deer. The tiger growled, but Tarzan stood firm, his piercing eyes meeting the predator's. Slowly, the tiger backed away, realizing this was not a fight worth engaging in. With a final growl, it disappeared into the jungle. The baby deer, unharmed, quickly ran off to find its mother. Bao clapped his paws in amazement. "That was incredible," he said. Tarzan simply smiled. In the jungle, strength isn't always about fighting. It's about knowing when to act and when to stand your ground. They continued their journey, but soon, the sky darkened. Thick clouds gathered, and the wind picked up. A wise old parrot landed nearby, warning them of an approaching storm. "A great tempest is coming. Seek shelter before the rivers rise." Tarzan and Bao quickly moved through the jungle, warning other animals along the way. They found a large cave on a hill where many animals had already gathered: monkeys, deer, tapirs, and even a family of jaguars huddled together for safety. Bao, though nervous at first, realized that in times of danger, even the fiercest creatures could find peace together. As the storm raged on, rain poured heavily, turning the jungle floor into a muddy mess. Trees bent under the forceful winds, and the river swelled, threatening to flood the lower areas. Bao and Tarzan helped guide smaller animals to higher ground, ensuring their safety. Hours later, the storm finally passed. The jungle was in disarray, fallen trees blocked paths, and parts of the river had overflowed, creating new streams and ponds. The animals slowly emerged from the cave, surveying the damage. Without hesitation, Tarzan and Bao got to work. They helped clear debris, gathered food, and reassured the frightened creatures. Bao used his strength to push fallen logs aside, while Tarzan worked with the monkeys to rebuild nests and shelters. As they worked, a young elephant calf got stuck in the mud near the riverbank. It trumpeted in distress, struggling to free itself. Bao rushed over, trying to pull the calf with his paws, but the mud was too thick. Tarzan quickly fashioned a strong vine into a rope and secured it around the elephant's leg. With Bao pushing and Tarzan pulling, they worked together until the calf finally broke free. The grateful elephant sprayed them with water, making everyone laugh. Word of their bravery and kindness spread throughout the jungle. The animals gathered and, in a show of gratitude, declared Bao and Tarzan the guardians of the wild. They were no longer just travelers or protectors, they were family. As days passed, Bao no longer felt like a stranger in the jungle. He had found not just a friend in Tarzan, but a home among the creatures of the wild. He still loved his bamboo grove, but now, he knew the jungle was his kingdom too. One evening, as the sun set in brilliant shades of gold and crimson, Bao and Tarzan sat on a large rock, looking over the vast jungle. "You were lost when I found you," Tarzan said with a smile. "And now, you've helped save the very place you were lost in." Bao nodded, feeling a deep warmth in his heart. Maybe getting lost was just part of finding where I truly belong. With that, Tarzan and Bao stood up, ready for their next adventure, because in the wild, every day was a new journey waiting to unfold.